Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by and thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how I digitize this YouTube symbol with my YouTube name using Stitch Artist Level 1's Embroidered Stitch Artist Level 1. Now, I also showed you how you could embroider it. Now, if that is something you're interested in, please do continue watching. Now we're gonna get started in embroiderings. Okay guys, so for today's project, I will be using the Stitch Artist Level 1 to do this. So the first thing that this is what it's gonna look like if you're using the software that I'm using. Now, for you, it might look a little different. It depends on the level that you have. For me, I have Embrilliance and I also have Stitch Artist Level 1. So that is why my screen might look a little bit differently from yours. Now, to start this project, I'm going to get the image that I need to digitize. Now, before I do that, what I'm going to do, I am going to go up here where you see this yellow icon. It's your preference. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to change my hoop size. So right now it is telling me that the hoop size that I have is a 5 by 7. Now I want a hoop size of 4 by 4. Also, at the top, you'll see it says PES because that is the format that I'm going to save my project in because I have a brother PE 900. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find the 4 by 4 hoop. I think it's 100 by 100, but let me double check. It is 100 by 100. So what it is, it comes in millimeters. But if you click on it, you see at the bottom the approximate size. So I'm going to click on it, then I'm going to press OK. So now I have my 4 by 4 hoop because for this project, I'm going to make it just a small image to go on the left pocket of a design. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the image that I'm going to digitize. To do that, I usually just drag and drop. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to drag this image. Okay, so this is the one that I'm going to use. I'm going to drag and drop it. Okay, so let me come out of this. So this is what I am going to have. Okay, so the size, if you click on the image, it's going to tell you what size you are working with. So if I click on it and I go up here, it's telling me that this YouTube button is actually 3 by 13 over 16, which is just a little shy because right now I have it mine in inches. You could change it to millimeters or you could change it in inches. I like doing it in inches because it just makes my life a little bit easier. So it's telling me this is about 3 by 2. I'm going to take it down just a tad more. I don't want it too small. So this is okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start digitizing this so that I could use it for my brand shirt. To do that, if you have Stitch Artist Level 1, you could go up here and you're going to see this icon right here where I'm hovering. You're going to click on it. It's going to say create. Another thing you could do is you could dim the transparency of this your image. So when you click on the image, you could go over to your right where you see transparency and you could take it down. Okay? You could take it down just for you to see what you're doing. I usually leave it at about 50%. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I am going to zoom up a little bit. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start drawing this shape. Now, this shape is very basic. Why? Because it just consists of curves. Okay, it's just a curve going around, and then you have this little triangular piece in here. Now when you're digitizing, you have three different um, options to use. You have the curve, you have the cusp, and you have the one for the straight lines. So for the outer part of this YouTube symbol, it's just curves. So I'm going to use curves. Another thing that I've come to realize is the less nodes that you use, it's better for you. So when I just started, I used to just do a lot of nodes because I was just learning. I'm still learning, but I've heard that the less nodes that you use is much better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom up. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this first one, which is the draw with points. I'm going to click on it. And then I like zooming up, not too much, but enough so that I could see what I'm doing. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start clicking. So I'm going to start somewhere here. I'm going to click. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to click. And you want to use as little points as possible. You see that one, it went out. I'm gonna go back by pressing the back button. I'm gonna click again, click again. Gonna click here, one here, and I'm just gonna keep clicking. Don't worry if you see this one. You could even go back, maybe it's too far, and do another click. See, it's much better. Okay, okay, one here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go up to this close shape outline. I'm gonna click on it and it will close it up. Now there's a lot of things that's happening here. You'll notice that the shape is not on the line. That's okay. You could always go and remove the line so that it matches the shape. Okay, so look at this one. It's far over, so I'm gonna push it over. So I'm gonna take this line, pull it over, take this, pull it down. See what I'm doing? I'm pulling it over just to let the line conform to the shape. This one I could pull it over. So I can also click on a node, and if you notice, you'll have these little handles right here that they call bezier handles. You could use that to fix it as you go. So this looks okay. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and do the middle first. Before I apply any stitches to it, I'm gonna go ahead and do the middle. So I'm gonna do the same thing. So this one looks so much like a just straight lines. So I'm gonna go back to draw with points. I'm going to zoom up. I'm going to start at this point. I'm gonna click. I'm gonna press the control button because this is a straight line, and I'm going to click there. Gonna do the same thing at the top, click there, and then I'm gonna end it right here, and then I'm gonna close the shape. Now this is what I have. Now what I'm gonna do, I will have to combine these two things to make them one thing. So I'm gonna go over here to my right. I'm going to click on it. I'm gonna press shift and click the line. Then I'm gonna go up here where it says create, and I'm gonna go to outline, and then I'm going to go to combine holes. So when I combine holes, you're gonna see that it became one. Now let me zoom up and show you what's happening here. You notice this one is not really at the point. So I went ahead and I fixed that. That one looks good. This looks good. So let me zoom out for you to see what's happening. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead now and apply my stitches to this. So for this one, I'm going to make it a fill stitch. So I'm gonna click on it, the fill stitch button, and you'll see that this has become a fill stitch. Now this here just tells you how your the direction in which the your embroidery is going to stitch. So if you move it up or down, it's just gonna stitch in that direction. Okay? Now here you see this red, you see this red and green button. That is your start and your stop point. Now you could choose to move the start and the stop point anywhere you like. Okay, so that is just a preference. So I'm gonna change this to this black to a red. So I'm gonna go over here where it says color. The next thing I'm gonna do, before I change the color, I'm gonna change the stitch length to a 4.0. Okay, and it's gonna be a oops 4.0. Oops, let me not do that. Let me undo. Okay, okay, so I've changed the stitch length to a 4.0. Then I'm gonna change the color, so I'm gonna click on color. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna find red. So you're gonna find different color reds. I'm just gonna choose the light red. Then I'm gonna press OK. Now this is what you're going to have, okay? And what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to put my YouTube name at the bottom. So I'm gonna go here where it says create letters. I'm gonna click on it. Now this is the one I've been playing around with. So I'm going to go over here and I'm gonna type TaylorMade's Design LLC. Caps lock is on. PA1. And I'm going to press enter. Let me see how this font looks like. Okay, so let me take my view down. So you see it is way too big. If you go down here, it's gonna tell you that you are outside the 4x4, the 4x4 so I'm gonna take it down. Okay, this one is okay, so I'm gonna change my font. No, these fonts that has the needle beside it are fonts that I bought on Etsy and I installed on this my computer, but there's a font that came with the um the embroidery machine, these ones that doesn't have the needle beside it. I'm gonna use the black condense. Okay, okay, so I like this one better, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let it fit inside that 4x4. Now this is important because you don't want it to be too big for the hoop that you selected. Oops, it's out. Okay, you don't want it to be too close. Oops, when you click one of the letters move. Okay, so this is what you're gonna have. You could choose whatever font you want. I think this font is okay for me. I'm also gonna take it down a tad smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to change the color. So I'm gonna go over here where it says color. I'm gonna change it to black. gonna press go. It'll give you different colors. Emerald black. I'll just choose this one and then press OK. So this is what you're gonna have for the this one right here. This tells you how it's gonna stitch out. So the red is gonna stitch first, and then the TaylorMade Design LLC is gonna stitch next. Okay, and this is what you're gonna have. Okay, this just tells you what's gonna happen with the stitches. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna see how this is gonna stitch out. So I'm gonna go up here to my stitch simulator, and I am going to run this stitch. So let me take it up so that I don't bore you. So I'm gonna click on it. This is how it's gonna be done. See, I put it to do at a 90-degree angle, and that is why it's going up and down, because when I move that, I don't remember know if you remembered when I moved that red, that yellow thing, how it's I moved it vertically, so that shows that it's stitching at a 90-degree angle. So this is what it's gonna stitch out like. Okay, and all you're going to do now is to save this as a stitch file, and I'm going to save it as a PES file, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like when I stitch it out. Okay guys, so this is what it's going to look like when I stitch it out. I'm going to show you what it looks like now. So you're going to go here, you're going to press file, and you're going to save it as a stitch file. And I'm going to put YouTube. And I'm going to save it as a PES, and I'm going to press save. Alright, so guys, I'll see you when I stitch this out. Okay, so guys, I went ahead and I put the file on a USB. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and hoop this. So I'm using a 4x4 hoop. I'm using cutaway stabilizer for this project, and I went ahead and kind of mark where I want the design to be. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hoop it. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna have. Okay, so this looks okay, which is in the center here. So let me just double check. Okay guys, so this is what I have when I hoop it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to tighten it. So when you tighten it, it's gonna sound like a drum. And now this is ready to be embroidered. So I'm gonna just go ahead and stitch this out. This is nicely hooked. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and start stitching this out. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put my USB in because I need to get that file. I also put my red thread on the embroidery machine, so I'm just gonna click on it. Then I'm going to click on this little pocket thing there, and I'm gonna click on the USB. Then these are the files that I have so far, so I'm gonna click shift over, and that's the file that we did. So I'm gonna click on it. Well, Gabriel's gonna click on it. One tap, baby, there. Then I'm gonna hit set. Now this is what I'm gonna have. I'm going to hoop it on the machine. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get this in. Okay, so this is a lot going on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and clip this right here. There's a little thing here that you could clip, and you're gonna hear it clip. You should listen for that click, okay? So this is what you're gonna have. You're gonna ensure that there's no fabric underneath the sewing machine, so that it could sew together. Okay, now here you could adjust where you want the design to be. So I'm gonna take it up a little higher, so I'm gonna press move, and I'm gonna go up. Just a little bit higher than what I intended it to be. Okay, so now it's telling me that the design is 3.40 by 3.77. I'm gonna press OK, and then I'm gonna press embroidery. Now it's telling me that the red is gonna take 28 minutes. Wow. And then the black is gonna take 5 minutes. So I'm not gonna let you sit here for 26 minutes. So I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. So I'm gonna take my footer down, the green button. It was red before because the footer was up. So I'm gonna press this here, and I'm gonna let it go. Okay guys, so this part finished the red, so I changed it to black. Now I'm gonna stitch out the other part. Okay guys, so this is the result of what we just did. Now if this is something that you found helpful, my ask is that you hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Until we meet again, I'll see you in my next one.